Welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Tucker Addignton. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers have officially signed a long snapper to the roster, and he's a veteran. He has snapped for over 6 teams during his short 4-year career, starting in 2020, and his name is Tucker Addignton. But first, before I get more into him and what he's all about and what he could bring to this roster, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, the Steelers have now filled out their offseason roster by signing a long snapper in Tucker Addignton. According to NFL insider Aaron Wilson, Addignton will soon be added to this 91-man roster and officially finalizing his deal that was signed yesterday. So, this was an open roster spot since the Pittsburgh Steelers released running back Jonathan Ward last week. Looking at Tucker Addignton and the official report, this was it by Aaron Wilson. Steelers expected to sign a veteran long snapper, Tucker Addignton, per a league source. New Braunfels native last with Texans and has snapped for multiple NFL teams, including Patriots, Dolphins, Cowboys, Jaguars, Commanders. So, he's been in the league since 2020 after he went undrafted out of Sam Houston State, and he's already snapped for 6 teams and been on 6 teams so far in a short 4-year career. So, Addignton is a familiar face in Pittsburgh because even though he never officially signed to the Steelers roster, he did try out for the team in September 2023 and also in 2024 as well. Like I said, he went undrafted in 2020 and he's bounced around plenty of NFL rosters. So even though he didn't make the Steelers roster after he tried out for them, he did make all those other teams' rosters I listed off earlier. So his career began with the Dallas Cowboys, but he's spent time with 6 other NFL teams, most recently with the Houston Texans earlier this offseason before he was released earlier this month. So, to date, Tucker Addignton has appeared in 10 NFL games, and in 2024, he appeared in 4 games, 3 with the Miami Dolphins and 1 with the New England Patriots. He's made 1 career tackle, a solo stop, while with the Washington Commanders in 2023 as well. So he made his NFL debut in 2022 with the Patriots. Addignton also spent time in the 2022 season with the USFL Houston Gamblers. So he was a team starting long snapper for them. So he has a lot of experience, even though he's only been around for like 4 or 5 years throughout the NFL and USFL. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have taken a long look at long snappers during the offseason this far, bringing in several during the team's rookie minicamp. Addignton wasn't part of the group, and the Steelers didn't sign any of their other options in terms of the players they tried out during that portion of the offseason, but now they have a backup to Christian Kuntz. And he's a guy who served as a Pittsburgh Steelers long snapper since 2021. So he's still here, and he just received the highest PFF grade, 54.0, in the highest of his career. So Addignton could just be depth, or they may try and be push Kuntz for a roster spot. Because like I said, they have been bringing in a lot of players to try to compete with him. So Addignton can be a guy who can take over, but at the same time, what do I expect? I still obviously believe Christian will still end up being the starter for the Steelers, and then Addignton might be released and then added to the practice squad once the official cutdowns start happening. That's my belief on this situation. They may be just bringing an extra camp body to not have Kuntz just be the only long snapper there, and some guy they want to bring in to get used to them. Just in case if an injury happens, they want to bring in guys who they know could be capable if the season rolls along and they need someone to sign. So this could be one of those type of moves where they're going to long good look at the person so they know what they're able and capable of if they ever need them. But I still believe Christian will end up being the starter here. So, looking back at Addignton, he is part of the Texas Long Snapping College Hall of Honor and is credited for having the fastest snaps of any alumni at 0.65 seconds. The NFL standard is 0.70 seconds, so he's even faster than most of NFL players as well. Once the move becomes official, Addignton will join his new Steelers teammates next month when the Pittsburgh Steelers report to training camp July 23rd. The team's first practice is scheduled for the next day. So when you look at this move by the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's a good, solid camp body depth move for this team. Nothing less, nothing more. So having him come in here, it's just going to be really good for him as well, because not only will he get used to this team and maybe sign further down the road to the practice squad or the main roster if they ever need him, but he'll have a chance to compete. And he'll have a chance to compete in the preseason as well, go out there and show what he's capable of. And if he performs well enough, he's on a roster right now, but he could be on a roster with a different team if he shows out and is consistent and stable at the long snapping position during the preseason. Because many other teams are going to be looking at players from other teams in order to add them. Once they get cut, players signed to different teams. So this could be a good opportunity for him to open the eyes of some other teams around the league if they need a long snapper as well. So Addignton joined the Pittsburgh Steelers is only a good thing for him. So that's a report. Tucker Addignton, long snapper, has signed to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So welcome to Pittsburgh. So before I end this video, however, I just want to give one last kind of update for you. I mentioned it briefly at the beginning of this video, but there was an open roster spot on this roster because Jonathan Ward was released, cut by the team earlier in the week, which left the roster spot open for anybody to sign. And Jonathan Ward is a player who's bounced in and out of the Pittsburgh Steelers roster many times. He's been cut, he's been signed. He's been cut, he's been signed. He's even made the 53-man roster at some points and played an actual game for the Steelers. So he's just bounced around the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it seems like he's a player that Pittsburgh Steelers don't value too much, but also if they need someone, he's someone that they trust. So Jonathan Ward, he's probably still going to keep bouncing around with the Pittsburgh Steelers here often. Whether they need someone, don't need someone, he's going to be someone who's going to be in and out of this team. But I just want to let you know that's kind of the update. Jonathan Ward was the reason there was an open roster spot, because he was cut from the team. And once there's always an open roster spot, the rumors start flying in. Because we all hear Jaylen Ramsey. We want Jaylen Ramsey in a trade with the Miami Dolphins. We know he wants out. We know the Dolphins are looking to trade him. We know the Steelers have been in the rumors for Jaylen Ramsey. So once there's an open roster spot, you think it's going to get filled by that huge name player who's in the rumors. And everyone's thinking, hey, this open roster spot is now going to be Jaylen Ramsey's. And there's no reason why you cut someone if you're not going to sign someone right away to fill that roster spot. So it's going to be Jaylen Ramsey. He's going to be here in the trade. Well, it's obviously not like that. The Pittsburgh Steelers make these cuts many times. It's not always to sign the player that you think it's to sign. Even though it was last time with Aaron Rodgers, most of the time it's not like that. And also, Jaylen Ramsey, is he really going to get traded? Tyreek Hill just came out saying that he's trying to pitch to Jaylen Ramsey to actually come back to the Dolphins, not want to be traded, and to stick around with their team. He's literally just said that recently. And also, you have to think, some Steelers reporters and insiders have said that even though Jaylen Ramsey is rumored to the Steelers, they just don't see it happening like that. They don't see the Steelers training for Jaylen Ramsey. In my eyes, do I think he could be a good nickel spot and a fit for the Steelers? Yes, I do. For the next few years, I believe he could still be a top nickel cornerback. But has he fallen off a little bit? Yes, he has. He gets interceptions, but in terms of leaving his player wide open in coverage, he does that often. So even though he could help this team, do I believe it's better to probably get someone on a lower contract? Yes, because he's still making high money. And the Steelers have cap space, but do they want to give that to Jaylen Ramsey? Also, Beanie Bishop Jr. is probably doing a really good job, and it's only been his first year in the league. So he's going to continue to grow as well, and then that's going to take opportunity away from him to develop as well. So, Jaylen Ramsey, he was not signed, traded for the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though many people think that's going to happen. Will it happen? Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see. Anyway, Jonathan Ward created that open roster spot for long snapper Addignton to sign. That's the update for you, and that's in this video. But make sure you comment down below your thoughts on Tucker Addignton being added to this roster. Do Do you like the addition? And what do you think he'll be able to bring to this team? Do you think he'll make the final roster? Or do you think he'll get cut and maybe added to the practice squad? Or do you believe, like I believe, he's probably just a camp body? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports, everything surrounding this team. Whether we sign someone, whether it's highlights, analysis from camp, I'll have it covered, and I've had it covered. So, training camp's rolling along here shortly. Stay tuned for highlights analysis. Like this video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, comment down below, and I'll see you guys all later. Till next time, that's it for me. I'm out. Peace.